Hi everybody, Mr. Politics here, and welcome to another video. The Mandelson files have been released. They were released after Prime Minister's questions this lunchtime. And of course they were released at the time after Prime Minister's questions, so as not to embarrass Starmer during Prime Minister's questions. But of course this Mandelson file's been released. There's all sorts of embarrassing things in it that has embarrassed Starmer. As you know, last September, uh, Starmer sacked Mandelson as our ambassador to Washington for being involved with Epstein. And of course, Starmer at the time denied any knowledge of him having anything to do with was Mandelson having anything to do with Epstein. It turned out to be a lie, didn't it? And of course, there's photo evidence of Mandelson with Epstein on his island. Apparently, Mandelson stayed at Epstein's apartment while he was in jail. And of course, there was a uproar about it last September. And finally, Dharma sacked Mandelson for his part in it. Everybody knew what Mandelson was, that he couldn't be trusted, that he was poison, and he was toxic, and he could not be trusted. And of course, when Dharma asked him whether or not he had anything to do with Mandelstein, Mandelson denied it. He said he didn't have anything to do with him. He lied. And of course, Dharma, being the stupid idiot he is, believed him. Well, anyway, when he was sacked, they were discussing his severance pay because he was lost his job as ambassador to Washington. And of course, Mandelson is going to get £75,000 in his severance pay, which is quite a lot of money for the taxpayer got to find. And of course, Mandelson's not bothered. He's loving it. He's loving all the money he's getting. Of course, this is another embarrassment for Starmer after one embarrassment after another. And if Starmer knew what Mandelson was, he knew. I don't know why he never appointed him as our ambassador to Washington. I do not know why he ever bothered with him because he knew what he was like. He knew what he was like. He was trouble. I mean, Tony Blair sacked him twice. And Gordon Brown did as well. 3 times he lost his job when Blair was Prime Minister and Brown was. They all knew what he was like. Of course, now he's lost his job as ambassador. And of course, Starmer, being Starmer, as well, you know what he's like. It's stupid. Can't do anything right. And of course, the Foreign Office, they've had to go through the numbers, crunch the numbers, and think they wanted to give Mandelson less than £75,000, but of course, if he didn't get the full amount, he would have taken legal action against them. And that would have been another headache for Starmer with what's going on at the moment. Yeah, it's like everybody said before, you've got to question Starmer's judgment on this. He just can't get anything right. The man's an idiot. He's making Britain a laughing stock. I mean, you've only got to look at the moment what's going on in Iran with America and Israel attacking Iran. The man can't, I mean, he can't even send one of our warships to HMS Dragon to defend Cyprus. That's only just set sail to go to Cyprus to defend Cyprus. You've already got the French there. They're sending their little group, an aircraft carrier down there. I mean, Dharma's just a complete embarrassment. Now, I don't know how much longer he's got left as Prime Minister, but the way things are going, I shouldn't think he's got much longer. No wonder the voters of this country want rid of him. He hasn't got a clue, has he? He shouldn't be Prime Minister. Everybody was saying from the start when he was elected Prime Minister that he shouldn't be in the job. He's not fit to be Prime Minister. He's out of his depth. But of course, going back to Mandelson, like I've said, you've got to question Starmer's judgment of him making Mandelson ambassador. Of course, that goes back as well for Blair. He had him, and he had to sack him twice, and then you had Gordon Brown doing exactly the same thing. So you've got to question their judgment as well. Well, anyway, that's the end of this video. Politics here signing off. And remember, don't believe the lies.